Hello and welcome. It might only be Tuesday, but if you're like me, you might already be thinking about the weekend. If you are, it's good that you've tuned in because I'm going to be looking at a new film that opens this Friday in theaters, the horror film In a Violent Nature. And as you can tell by this image, this is not for the faint of heart. A staple of the movies year round is the horror movie. We see all kinds of different films in the horror genre being released. They're cost effective, they draw audiences, and they come in many different styles. And that's certainly the case with In a Violent Nature, which, as I mentioned, releases on Friday. The film debuted at the Sundance Film Festival in January and was picked up by Shudder. It'll make a theatrical run on Friday and offer something different, including some of the grisliest violence I have seen. This film is set in the Canadian woods. We follow a disfigured lone figure in the woods. We see much of the film from his perspective as he wanders the area, dispatching those he finds. That soon includes a group of young people trying to enjoy a break from life in the woods. They're alone in that because I've seen one too many of these films to enjoy a quiet weekend in the middle of the woods. As our figure approaches, we hear them telling stories by the campfire. One of those stories is about Johnny, a young man who was brutally attacked and soon became a brutal hunter, dispatching scores of people in the area over the years, kind of a supernatural boogeyman. It's clear Johnny is the tortured figure we've been following on the woods, and guess what? He's ready to continue his mission. Over the course of the film, we see him hunt, we learn about his history and his motives, but really it's not about the hunt, it's about how it's going to end. This film comes from writer-director Chris Nash. It feels like a throwback to the early days of slasher genre where we have these supernatural killing machines just hunting and seemingly unstoppable. In some ways, Johnny reminds me of Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, but this is a different kind of a style for a film. One of the things that stood out to me was the way it was put together. By choice, it features no musical score. It also mostly follows Johnny seeing and embracing the world from his unique point of view and quite violent point of view. And it gives the film at times the serene feel of a nature walk. You're kind of like tromping through the woods and there's birds chirping. And then we get some of the most savagely violent sequences I've ever seen. The violence here is striking. I cannot overstate that. There are some gruesome kills that hit even harder thanks to the rest of the way the film is constructed. It felt like something unique that will likely appeal to horror fans. That being said, it is exceedingly violent. I can't mention that enough. So if that is not something that works for you, this will not be your jam. Additionally, the ending, I thought it was creative and fascinating. Some might find it a letdown for those who are hoping for kind of a big climactic face-off. In the end, I thought this was a clever and engaging spin on a well-trod genre. It was something a little bit different. I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. If you are a fan of horror films, I think you'll want to go check this one out. As I said, it opens Friday in theaters. If you want to keep up with everything that I am watching, you can follow me on Letterboxd at Nighthawk7734. Until next time, I hope you guys are staying safe in the woods.